The Paracas Peninsula, located in southern coast of Peru in the Ica region and just west of the town of Paracas off the Pacific Ocean, is a surreal and almost a definition of an oxymoron, an extremely dry desert next to the ocean. In fact, the Paracas Desert is the second most arid desert in the world after the Atacama Desert in Chile. So dry that it has not rained here in more than 25 years. Only a light coastal drizzle pours in the area with an average of 2 millimeters a year. But despite the dryness, the colors are stunning. The temperature is extremely comfortable, almost a little bit chilly in the morning, and the setting is truly from another world. The mountains rise in deep reddish tones, crossed with patterns of pale sand and streaks of green and brown, almost like the patches that you see in the Andes, but this time in the desert mountains. It's almost impossible to imagine a desert that is this dry, sitting right beside the ocean, and even harder to believe that it isn't blazing hot. But the reality is that the cool Pacific winds keep everything surprisingly mild and enjoyable because even though this is the ocean, the water averages about 65 degrees Fahrenheit. As we navigate the Paracas Peninsula towards the Ballestas Islands, we come across one of the Paracas' greatest mysteries, the candelabra. It is imprinted into the sandy hillside. This is a giant geoglyph that has inspired endless theories. An ancient navigational marker, a sacred symbol, perhaps something connected to the Nazca lines, and some even say that it has something to do with the conquistadors. Whatever its meaning, it appears like a silent message from the past, and what's even more surprising is that even the strong winds do not make it disappear. From here, we continue to the Islas Ballestas, where the desert suddenly becomes alive. On the rocky cliffs, humble penguins waddle down towards the water in their tuxedos, just like Tuxedo Sam, eventually launching themselves into the water, unaware of the sea lions who are also part of the habitat and a predator of these cute birds. And speaking of birds, the cliffs were surrounded by Peruvian boobies who were taking care of their white, fluffy chicks. And of course, you could not get away from the elegant zarcillos, or Inca terns, with their bright orange beaks and white mustache. Away from the penguins and the birds, you could see the sea lions lounging across the rocks and the buoys, barking, stretching, basking in the sun, and every now and then slipping into the waves with surprising grace.